Edward Philip George Seaga, born the 28th of May 1930, died the 28th of May 2019. He was a former Jamaican politician. He was the 5th Prime Minister of Jamaica from 1980 to 1989 and the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party from 1974 to 2005. He served as the leader of opposition from 1974 to 1980 and again from 1989 until January 2005. His retirement from the political life marked the end of Jamaica's founding generation in active politics. He was the last serving politician to have entered public life before independence in 1962. As he was appointed the Legislative Council, now the Senate, in 1959. Seaga is credited with building the financial and planning infrastructure of the country after independence, as well as developing arts and crafts and awareness of national heritage. As a record producer and a record company owner, Seaga also played a major role in the development of Jamaican music industry. Edward Philip George Seaga was born on the 28th of May 1930 in Boston, Massachusetts, to Philip George Seaga of Lebanese Jamaican descent and Erna, who was a Jamaican of African, Scottish, and Indian descent. His parents returned to Jamaica with Edward when the boy was 3 months old. He was baptized in the Kingston Anglican Parish Church on the 5th of December 1930. The young Seaga was educated at Wolmer's Boys' School in Jamaica. He went to the United States for college, graduating from Harvard University in 1952 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Studies. Before he began his political career, Edward Seaga was a music producer and promoter. He subsequently took a research post at the University of the West Indies. Seaga's research led to an interest in popular Jamaican music. In 1955, he supervised the recording of an album of ethnic Jamaican music. He continued to produce recordings by other artists and in the 1950s set up West Indian Records Limited, releasing early recordings by artists such as Higgs and Wilson and Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Beginning in 1961, Seaga lived in the West Kingston. He began deeply involved in his music scene and recorded some of its artists. The West Indian Record Limited became the most successful record company in the West Indies. After being elected in 1962 as a member of parliament representing the Jamaica Labour Party, he sold the company to Byron Lee. It was renamed Dynamic Sound. Over 16 years, Seaga worked on compiling a collection of Jamaican music covering the period of mid-50s to early 70s. This anthology, Reggae Golden Jubilee Origins of Jamaican Music, was released on the 6th of November 2012 in the celebration of the 5th anniversary of Jamaican's independence. This anthology, Reggae Golden Jubilee Origins of Jamaican Music, was released on the 6th of November 2012 in celebration of the 5th anniversary of Jamaican independence. Seaga's political career began in 1959 when Sir Alexander Bustamante, former of the Jamaica Labour Party, nominated him to serve in the upper house of the Jamaican Parliament, the Legislative Council, later the Senate. His appointment at the age of 29 made him the youngest member ever to be appointed to the Legislative Council. In 1961, he participated in drafting the Jamaican Constitution. In April 1962, Seaga was elected as Member of Parliament for West Kingston, the waterfront area in the capital city. Historically, it is the oldest settlement in Kingston for poor working-class residents, many of whom are unemployed. Employment is largely petty trading with some semi-skilled craftsmen. He held the seat for 43 consecutive years until he retired, making him the longest-serving Member of Parliament in the history of Jamaica and the Caribbean region. He is the only person elected as Member of Parliament for West Kingston for more than one term, and has won 10 consecutive terms. Immediately after winning his seat in 1962, Seaga was appointed to the cabinet as Minister of Development and Welfare. with the responsibility of all areas of planning, social development, and culture. He initiated the redevelopment of Back of Wall, a notorious large slum in West Kingston, and its replacement by housing, schools, and community amenities, which was called Tivoli Gardens. He also used his position to continue to promote Jamaican music. Following the 1967 general election, Seaga was appointed Minister of Finance and Planning, and in 1974 he became the leader of the JLP, in which he served 30 years. He was also the leader of parliamentary opposition in various periods. Edward Philip George Seaga became Prime Minister of Jamaica following the general election of the 30th of October 1980, when the Jamaica Labour Party won the landslide victory over the People's National Party with the largest mandate ever. The mandate of Seaga and the Jamaica Labour Party was renewed in the uncontested 1983 general election. He continued as Prime Minister until February 1989. As one of the founding fathers in the framing of Jamaica Constitution in 1961, Seaga has spearheaded far-reaching constitutional reforms since then. He initiated the rewrite of the Human Rights section of the Constitution to provide a charter of fundamental rights and freedoms, creation of the post of the public defender, and the curtailment of some of the powers of the Prime Minister to provide a better balance of power between the executive and the parliament in Jamaican system of governance.